Well, welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Joining today for the Fitchburg Senior Center. It's my friend Jill McHone. Jill, welcome back to the show. How are you doing?
Good morning. Pretty good.
Are you going to bring me some warm weather here from the old center?
I think we need to have this on Friday. I would be so much more chipper.
Well, yeah, Mondays are kind of rough. I get it,
I
but
understand.
you are my first interview for the month. You know that, right? So you set
The
the
best.
tone for
So
the
the
month.
best is first, not last. Okay, I'll go with it.
Exactly. Exactly. No, we do have a lot of fun when we get together. So by
I
the end of this interview, you will be so happy. At least Jill will. Everybody else will be like, "Oh my gosh, why do they keep doing?" Anyway, let's jump into it because it is a very special month. It's Older
yeah.
Americans Month. Bless the
hmm
'90s party, which is so exciting to talk
I
about.
know.
But first and foremost, Older Americans Month. What is it?
This is it. Well, it's just a time to recognize and celebrate older Americans and what they've done for, our world, our country. And they always have a theme. And this year's theme, I was just reading, it's kind of long, but I like it. Aging Unbound challenges the conventional notions of aging and emphasizes independence, fulfillment, and community engagement. That's a mouthful.
What does that mean, Jill? What does
That
that mean
means
to you?
that means come on over to the Fitchburg Senior Center.
I actually said exactly that. I said this may be a long thing, but it's all about coming down to the any senior center. I said, but
Absolutely. Yeah.
obviously
Yeah.
Fitchburg, second
Yeah.
to none.
Yeah, of course, but no, certainly all in Dane County, wonderful senior centers across the county, and people go to more than one for sure. So yeah. So
That's
anyway,
great.
we love this day because we like to celebrate people 90 years and older, and every year we have new 90-year-olds, and so it's really fun to celebrate them and recognize them. We do a photograph, and we always invite the mayor, the city administrator, to come down and say a few words, and then we are entertained by our very own Fitchburg singers. Um, they are out performing all the time, at different locations and senior centers. So it's nice to have them here, just in our own backyard, and have them entertain us. So yeah, so come on over, stay for lunch. They're going to sing right during lunch. So yeah, just a really fun day.
Yeah, Wednesday, May 17th is the day of the celebration, and you can sign up for
Thank you.
lunch too, but you need to sign up
Yeah.
early.
You need to sign up a day in advance. If you just want to come and have the party or join the party, come at 11:30. That's when we'll take the photograph. I remember last year we had several people sitting up there, and again, it just really shows there's a lot of older adults that just have aged so well. And I remember saying to the gentleman, I don't think you can sit up here. This is for the 90-year-olds. And he was like 93, and he looked like he was 65, and he was laughing. And I had a hard time believing him. He looked amazing. And that's what you see, just a lot of amazing older adults that just aged really well. And yeah, it's really fun.
Jill, you've been here a while now,
Yeah.
in a good way, and that
Mhm.
brings a lot of experience, and you've seen a lot of changes. But for today's older Americans, is there more to do? Is there more to be excited about? Is it compared to I'm only taking a stab here, but things have changed over many years to
Right.
make things more active for all ages. But we're really
Yeah.
seeing it in the older Americans.
Yeah, there's just a lot of different ways I look at the changes. When I look at the health, the longevity, we're seeing more of that. Sometimes living longer, with our health system doesn't always equate to better living when they, take a lot of treatments or whatever. But I do definitely see more engagement on a variety of levels. I think in years past, older adults were very committed to, say, volunteering. That's all they did. They volunteered or they helped their family. And you see a big shift of older adults doing things that they still want to do. So, you see they travel, they bike ride, they exercise more, they spend time with family, but they spend time with friends. It's a real kind of a different mindset in taking care of you. I think, and we're going back, a generation, but it was like, well, I'm old, I'm retired, and now I can help my family, or I can help my church, or I can help my local nonprofit. And there's still a ton of that, but they also see a value in continuing education and, helping themselves be a, health related exercise type thing. So yeah, it definitely a shift and fun to see.
I was gonna say that's the cool part of it. It is a fun transition,
Yeah.
and you guys keep matching that. with all the great programming that you have. And something that you did this year was reevaluate what's going
Yeah,
on at the center, because you are always looking for new and better ways to reach people. And you
right,
have published some of the survey that happened the month of March. Tell us
right,
some surprises and maybe some things that you're like, okay, we can do
right.
this.
Yeah, we did put out that survey for the whole month of March, and we had paper copies all throughout the senior center all month, and we had an online version as well. And the return rate was, you know, relatively okay. It wasn't as much as we had hoped, but what we gleaned from that is, we need to do more programs for people of color, to encourage a more diverse population here. For men, we don't, we have a men's group, but maybe some more things geared towards men. We've talked a lot about intergenerational program. We don't do a ton of that, and so we would kind of move in that direction. Some of the surprising things we've talked forever since I started forever ago about, do we change our name? Do we get rid of the name Senior Center? And I was really surprised that, over half were like, we're good. And that was kind of interesting, because I really thought, based on, the average age, at least of those that filled out the survey, were between 70 and 75. So I really thought that would be skewed towards, nope, get rid of that. But I think that some people are fine with it. And so that was kind of surprising. That doesn't mean we will or won't change our name. So anyway, we want to keep digging in a little bit deeper. And so we're going to do some focus groups. Our town, our city is changing, and we just want to make sure we're continuing to meet those needs.
Yeah, and I think you started with the survey, and you got some listening sessions that will come up,
Hmm.
and you take feedback all the time too. I mean,
Yeah, for
you're
sure.
good at reevaluating, and
Mm,
that's helped to bring new programming, and you know the sky's the limit for
right,
anything, as we just talked about it with older adults in general. I mean, there's a
right.
lot of fun, and you guys capture that, I believe, really well down at the senior center.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you.
and I'm going to throw this on our list. We didn't have it, but I do want to recap the pancake breakfast,
Oh,
because
geez.
that did have some great successes there, and getting people back together, and a great opportunity to open up the center to show people that it's more than just
Yeah.
a senior center.
Yeah. Well, first of all, thank you to you for flipping those pancakes behind the
I was
kitchen door.
one person. No,
I know, I
there
know.
were more, way
Yeah,
more than me. I was
there
glad to
was.
be there. It was a lot of fun, though. A lot of fun to
Yeah,
see
well, I
people.
bet we had over 50 volunteers because we had two shifts and everything, but amazing event. And right before COVID hit, our last pancake breakfast, like the numbers were growing. I remember we started like at 300, and then it'd be 350, 400. And then the last one was darn near 600 people. So I said to the friends group, people are ready to come back and gather and socialize. And even though COVID is not gone, I think they're feeling a little more comfortable being in crowds. So they prepared for 600. And I think we served, what did we say, 583, something like that.
Something
It
close to
was
that, yeah.
an amazing day. Thanks to all the volunteers, thanks to the friends who coordinated it. I mean, they did some amazing fundraising, amazing marketing with lots of signs. But the best part, it was not just a senior center pancake breakfast. It was a community pancake breakfast, and all ages. And that was so fun to see. And you got to see that too. And that's kind of what we hope for too. It's not building community is all ages. And if we can be a part of that, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think it gives you a good glimpse of what's going on, and for somebody who may not step into a senior center and know
Right.
what's going on, that
Hmm.
there are volunteer opportunities, there are other programs, and someday you might find yourself stopping in, and you can be amazed now before you get there, knowing that there's so much stuff going on. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think it's I've said it here, I've said it again. I think it's one of the best community events we've got, to
Yeah.
see all ages come together for one
Right.
special event.
Yeah. It was very fun. Lots of young kids and stuff. So yeah, thank you for mentioning that. And thanks to everybody
Absolutely.
that helped. Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
finally, a bike riding. I know there's
Bike
been a push
riding.
this year to add some bike riding. We got the B-cycle stuff in place now.
Oh, I know.
So
That's
now,
pretty exciting.
let's take a bike ride, Jill. Tell me
Let's
what we're
take a
going to
bike ride
do.
on Wednesday because it is going to get a little bit warmer, I think. And so we are going to have our first bike ride. Dave's been working really close with the Fitchburg Bike Committee, and years ago we did some biking. We led some trips and stuff, and Dave led some. I think I might have even gone or one or two, but it was hard when staff is trying to lead. And so now partnering with the Fitchburg Bike Committee is great. So they're going to lead our rides. And the first one is in memory of Joe Emilikowski, who was very involved in the bike committee and in biking, and a well-known community member. And since he's passed, we wanted to do this first ride in his name, or we're going to call him Joe's Ride. So Wednesday, come on over. Senior Center entrance, lower level, at 10 o'clock. And we'll have two routes, 6 or 8 miles, 10 or 12 miles. And we've got 2 volunteers from the bike committee that are going to lead the rides. And we hope to do this monthly. And then we are hopefully going to get a beast cycle station here at the Senior Center this fall, possibly. And then they've got all the information out there about the beast cycles, which is pretty cool that they've come to Fitchburg. So, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be fun and cool to do a memorial ride to get things kicked off for somebody who's spent a lot of time with the transportation side of things. So
Indeed,
awesome on that. All right, Jill.
Yeah.
Well, enough picking the brain for a Monday. It's going to be another busy month. If people want to find out what's going on down at the Senior Center, besides this show, besides what's happening at the Fitchburg Senior Center, where can we stay up to date with you?
You're going to come on over and pick up a May newsletter, hot off the press since Friday. So we got lots of these here. We have them at the library. We have them over at Oasis Cafe and just around town. Go online, city website, and get our newsletter right there. But we always love when people just stop in. Even if you can't stop in and you call us, certainly we're happy to mail you one too.
Well, good. I'm going to stop in and call you at the same time.
You can use my own phone on my desk.
There you go. All right, Jill, thank you so much. Have a good month, and we'll see you back the month of June.
Thank you.